Pisces, this feels like a reading in which you're getting your life back together. That's how it feels. You look at that central card, the Three of Wands. That's you action planning to do something. And if you look just above it, the Two of Wands, that's you considering your options, and that's the card that leads to the outcome. So I think you're finally beginning to do something about your life. That's the distinct impression I'm getting about this reading. In the recent past, we have the Queen of Pentacles, which I call a single mother card. You don't have to be a parent and you don't have to be female, but, you know, it could be that there was a relationship breakup and it's left you somewhat carrying the can. It does suggest some sort of struggle. Your current energy is the Knight of Pentacles. He's a very reliable knight, but goes very slowly. I wonder if this breakup has left you somewhat short of money and this is you going out seeking money. It could be. It could be. We now have the Emperor card, which is a very strong card. This is you in your strength. Something of an authority, something of a father figure. So it does feel very much like you're getting your life sorted out. And if you remember, we had the Two of Wands, which I said is you considering your options, and that leads to the outcome. What would change the outcome is the Hermit card. And now that's interesting because that's going inside yourself. So although I'm quite positive, you appear to have identified that money is what you really require. The Hermit card is saying that maybe there are deeper issues about yourself, which if you were to explore, maybe you'd come up with a different strategy. And nevertheless, I have to say it does feel like you're sorting yourself out, because the outcome is the Page of Pentacles, which would be you going out and looking for money, going out and seeking new income. So, I don't know, was that Hermit just a diversion when, probably you're right that what you need is some extra money? I'm not sure. Let's look at all the cards individually, because we've got to unpack this, haven't we? And I hope you'll join me as I go through them all. Now, as I say, the energy that runs throughout the reading and characterises the reading is the Three of Wands, which is you action planning. You're not just thinking about your options, but you're actually doing something about it. And that's got to be a positive card, particularly in this position, because as I say, it runs throughout the entire reading. You're maybe considering something very new, maybe going different states, different country. Because if you look at him, he's looking overseas. So he's not just looking at opportunities, but he's actually planning, where can I go? It's like a world is your oyster. You're looking at things and saying, I could do this, I could do that, or maybe that. And how am I going to do it? Well, it's going to require me making some changes. And so I see it as a great card, I really do. Yeah. Now, in your recent past, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Those of you who regularly listen to my readings will know I call it the single mother card. And you'll also know that I then promptly say you don't have to be female and you don't have to be a parent. But it's an energy of carrying that sort of extra burden. It's an energy of you doing everything you can and probably being tired out. And, well, you look at the card, she does look tired, doesn't she? And the one thing, it's a struggle to get enough money together to fulfill all your obligations. And I always also say that you probably feel like you're doing an incredibly bad job, and the world thinks you're doing a very good job. So was there a relationship breakup in the past? Are you left caring for children? You certainly feel probably you've got things that you need money for, and life's a bit of a struggle, or it certainly was a bit of I think it still is a bit of a struggle. So I think that's what the action planning is about. Action planning, where you're going to get some extra money from. Now, I do feel that money's a bit of a struggle for you, because your current energy is that of the Knight of Pentacles, which suggests you're trying to make money. It also suggests it's going rather slowly, but you're dependable, and which, of course, the Queen of Pentacles would suggest you're very dependable, and indeed have dependents, and you're determined. You look at the card, well, he's so slow, he looks to be not moving, doesn't he, in a parched landscape. But he's got that goal, which is that pentacle up in front of his hands, so he's reliable, he's going to get the job done. But you probably feel that your search for money is going painfully slowly. You might even be a little bit frustrated with it. But you are doing something positive, I believe. Very positive. Now, the energy of the future is the Emperor card. A father figure, somebody in authority. I think this is you. Now, that seems incongruous with the single mother, doesn't it? But, these aren't gender specific. So, you seem to be stepping into your own. You seem to be getting things done. Somebody that people can look up to. Maybe a little bit conservative in the way that you do it. But, again, a very dependable person. Perhaps a person who's, a little bit over-authoritative, but, there are times when maybe you need to be like that. I see this as incredibly positive. I'd see it as you getting your life sorted out. It feels like a very good energy to have. Now, the energy that leads to the outcome is the Two of Wands, so that fits very well with the Three of Wands. This is you considering your options, considering what you need to do. And again, you look at it, he's looking overseas. So are you thinking of moving? It doesn't have to be overseas, it could be to another town, another state. It could be overseas, though. You're certainly being creative in thinking about what I should do and how I should do it. So again, I think it's incredibly positive. You need your world to change, and you're actually planning it. You're doing something about it. So I'm sure there's times when you get fed up with your life, but no, you're trying to create change. So once again, it's an admirable card. It really is. The only card that I suppose I wouldn't say it doesn't fit, but maybe somewhat changes the narrative is this Hermit card. Maybe not. Okay, yeah. We've got this Hermit card, and that does change the outcome. And the Hermit card is about going inside yourself and looking for answers, whereas the Three and the Two of Wands is very much about exploring the external environment and looking at things. Normally I'd say the Hermit is a great thing to do to know yourself, but I don't think these are times for being a hermit. They are actually times for doing something positive. So I think that's why it's here. You could be in danger of too much self-exploration, too much self-flagellation, too much misery. And what you really need to do is to be acting, to be full of positive things and actions. So I think it's just a little warning saying, don't get too depressed, don't get too inside yourself. You need to do something and you don't. And the outcome, I think, is the right outcome. It's the Page of Pentacles. That's you seeking money. Maybe you're manifesting it. You might even be developing new skills. But whatever it is, it's very positive moves towards new money. And I think new money will come in. And you've identified that the thing you really need most to resolve your problems in life is extra money. And so, yeah, you're going out and looking for money. And, brilliant. You look at him, he's holding the pentacle up, so he's got that same determination as that knight, but he's probably moving a bit quicker despite not being on a horse. So I'd say that I've got to grips with this, but tarot has a habit of throwing a googly at you, so let me just check that I've got things right. Now, I suppose there's many cards I could choose, but the card that I'm going to choose to get clarity on is this Two of Wands cards. What are the options you're considering? And the first card of clarity we get is the Eight of Wands, which is, you getting your ducks in a row and moving quickly. The second card is the World card, and that means you need your world to change, you need to changes to come, and you need a bit more luck. And I think you're going to get both. However, the final card is the Five of Wands, which is a card of conflict. It's probably a conflict because you haven't communicated what you want to others. So very interesting set of cards that. I think it confirms what I've been saying. But let's look at each individually. So if you remember, we're getting clarity on this Two of Wands, which is you considering your options. And I don't think we could have a better card in clarification than this Eight of Wands, because the Eight of Wands is saying, well, you need a plan of action. You need to move quickly. You need to have your ducks in a row, and of course you can't do that until you've considered what all your options are. But this is what you need to be doing. You need to be sorting your life out, having a plan of action for it, everything working together and moving quickly, which of course is the opposite of the Knight of Pentacles. And I said you might have been frustrated that things are moving slowly, so this is you grabbing the bull by the horns. So a great card of clarity. And the next card of clarity is the World card. Now this could be saying that you're considering your options because your world has to change. Or it could be saying that your world is going to change as a result of what you're going to do. And I think the latter's probably likely. It's as though you've learnt the lessons of the past and you're now ready to make very positive steps in your life. And it will be a time of great change, and it'll be a time of great reward, because what should come with it is some good luck, which I feel that you don't think you've had in a little while. So, it's a fabulous card to have here. It really is. Positive change in your life, which is what you need. Now, if there is a but, it comes with this final card of clarity, which is the Five of Wands. It's a card of conflict. Oh, if you are changing direction, maybe it does cause conflict with others. Maybe it causes conflict within yourself, because there was that Hermit card, which was looking inside yourself for answers. So maybe you've got doubts about, is this the right thing you're doing? Let's go with it being an external conflict with somebody else. We don't know who it is. I mean, it could be your past partner, it could be your dependents. These conflicts, people are trying, if you look at it, they're trying to do something, but they're all doing it in a different way. And if they only discuss things what they wanted to do, then there could well be harmony. So, I said it's a but it's not a huge but. It's something that's easily resolved just by talking it through. And so this has flowed fairly well, Pisces, and I think we can summarise already. Pisces, it would seem that you've got people dependent on you. It could be a marriage breakup, something like that, and you're left with the children, but we really don't know. But you've got people dependent on you and you're struggling a bit, and I think you're struggling largely with money. And you've been trying to do something about it, but it's happening all a little bit slowly and you're getting a bit frustrated by it. So what you're doing is you're scanning the environment, you're looking at the opportunities and saying, what can I do? And you're going to action plan to do something for probably quite a dramatic change in your life. And what I want you to know is that change is going to work. It's going to work out. You're doing exactly the right things. You're getting your life together at last. It may be met with some opposition. That opposition could be from your dependents. It could be from a past partner. Or it could be that you're uncertain yourself and you're opposing it yourself, but the opposition can be overcome through talk, so don't worry about that. Your world is going to change and it's a good thing. The thing that would sort of cause a hiccup is you sort of having this doubt, going inside yourself looking for answers. And normally I see that as a great thing, to know yourself, but right now I think no, you've identified the lack of money is the issue. And so you're saying, how am I going to get some more money? How am I going to seek some more money? And you're going out and doing it, and you're going to emerge as something of a father figure, a figure of authority, somebody that knows what they're doing and people look up to. And well, that's brilliant, isn't it? It's brilliant. You might be manifesting money, you might be going out after money. Whatever it is, I think the change is going to be quite radical and it's going to work. So, good news, Pisces. Good news.